Today we're taking a look at a collection of game-breaking mechanics in Baldur's Gate 3. Let's get to it. There are a bunch of different mechanics throughout Baldur's Gate 3 that just work in ways that you would not really expect them to do so. And the first one of those that we're going to take a look at is stealing from withers. Yes, you can steal all of your gold back from withers, and it's really easy to do, and he just doesn't seem to care. Now in the footage that we're seeing here, I have to be invisible because I cannot hide unless I am invisible, because for some reason you can't even hide if your own characters are looking at you. So all of that red you see there is all of the view cones from everybody, so I was unable to hide until I went invisible, and then once I did, I was able to steal all of the gold back from withers after a couple of tries. This is game breaking because it means that everything that you do with withers is basically for free. So respeccing's for free, hiring the hirelings is free, and yeah, so do whatever you need to do with withers. Grab one of your thieves, walk up behind him, hide. It's going to be easier in some areas obviously than others. For example, it's a little difficult to hide in the area, the camp that I'm in now. Then you just steal your gold back from him. If you don't let it build up and you only do about 100 gold at a time, it's going to be really easy to get that gold back. There is a glaive that you can get in Act 2 called the Drakethroat Glaive. The interesting thing about the Drakethroat Glaive is that it has the ability called Draconic Elemental Weapon. This ability can be used by anyone who has this weapon equipped. The interesting thing about this is that it not only allows you to imbue a weapon, giving it +1 to its attack roll, so it gives it a +1 enchantment. Yes, this does stack if your weapon already has an enchantment on it. And on top of that, you can select any of the elemental types to add an elemental damage bonus to that weapon of 1d4 for the chosen type. And then you keep that bonus until you do your next long rest. The broken thing about this is if you put this weapon in the hand of a sorcerer, you can twin this spell. All you have to do is drop the weapons that you want to enchant on the ground, twin the spell, and enchant both of the weapons. And then you have two separate weapons that have this bonus of 1d4 extra elemental damage until your next long rest. Have you ever been in one of those situations where you just came out of a decent battle, you didn't spend a lot of resources to end the battle, but your party took a bit of punishment, and you don't want to expend a bunch of healing pots and or spell slots to recover all of your party's health? It is really easy and very broken to heal your entire party's health without it costing you literally a single thing. All you have to do is go into the main menu, change the game state to explore difficulty, and then change it back to whatever difficulty you were playing before. Once you do this, it will heal your entire party. Next, I'm going to show you how to get infinite sorcery points. This is extremely easy to do. All you need is an item that gives you a spell slot. I'm showing you two examples here. I'm sure there are more, but these are the two that I had on me. So I have the Shield of Devotion, which gives me one level 1 spell slot, and then I have the Spell Savant Amulet, which gives me an additional level 2 spell slot. The trick to doing this is very simple. You just want to use up whatever spell slot you have an additional one of. So for example, let's say we're focusing on the Spell Savant Amulet, which gives us a level 2 spell slot. So we just start turning all of our level 2 spell slots into sorcery points. Once we run out of level 2 spell slots, all we have to do is unequip and then re-equip the Spell Savant Amulet. This will refresh a single one of your level 2 spell slots. And you can do this really quickly just by going over to the custom hotbar and dragging that specific item down to your custom hotbar. Then all you have to do is click it once to unequip it and click it again to re-equip it. You can also drag the sorcery point creation little button thingy over there to your custom hotbar as well. So you can just click back and forth between them. And every time you use up your level 2 spell slot, all you have to do is unequip the amulet and then re-equip the amulet again. This works with any type of item that you can equip on yourself that gives you an additional spell slot. Now do note that this only works with sorcery points if you actually expend that spell slot. So if you cast a spell with that spell slot, you can't get it back even if you unequip and re-equip the item. You're going to need to do a long rest in order to reset that. Next, I'm going to show you how to become basically unkillable as early as level 5 and during Act 1. And I think how easy this is to actually pull off is going to surprise many of you. So you really only need 4 items to do this and a specific build. So you're going to put 1 level in Cleric. This is going to get you the ability to equip heavy armor. Then you're going to put 4 points into Barbarian. And when you get the option to choose one, you are going to choose your subclass as the Wild Heart Barbarian, and then you are going to choose the Bare Heart. Now I know what you're thinking. You're like, why are you going to be wearing heavy armor and then you're going to choose Barbarian, you're not going to get any of the benefits from Rage. That is true. Even though that is true, you still get the resistance to all damage except for Psychic while raging with the Bare Heart, Wild Heart Barbarian. And this is all we need, and this is all we are after. Now for the items, you are going to need the Grimskull Helm. This is going to prevent enemies from critically striking you. This is not necessary, but it's definitely going to help reduce the total amount of damage you take, because obviously if they can crit strike you, you're going to take more damage than you otherwise would have if they couldn't, and it's not going to get reduced as much. So not mandatory, but definitely going to be helpful. Then the next thing you want is the adamantine, or however you pronounce it, splint armor. This is going to reduce all incoming damage by 2. Next, you want the shattered flail. This heals you between 1 to 6 hit points every time you attack an enemy and land a hit. Although if you do not attack, you have a chance of going mad. So make sure you attack every turn that you can. Next, you want to equip a shield. Any old shield will do. What we are trying to do here with the shield is just give ourselves the highest armor class possible to make it harder for the enemy to hit us. Then if they do manage to hit us, because we have all these other things going on that we are going to have going on, we take little to no damage. And last but not least, the next most important item that you want is the Purpat or Pirpat, whatever that's called, of wound closure. This you can also get in Act 1, and it states that when we do take healing, the healing that we take will always be the max amount. So this means that every time we hit something with the shattered flail, we gain 6 HP back. Last but not least, you want to make sure that you get Heavy Armor Master, because this is going to reduce our incoming damage by an additional 3. Well, non-magical damage. So this means that all damage that we take that is non-magical is going to be reduced by 5. We are going to have resistances to every single type of damage except for Psychic. So that means the damage is going to get halved, and then from there, it's going to be reduced by another 5. As you can see in this footage, I am only level 5, and I am in Act 3 getting beat down by all of these random guards in Act 3, and every time they do manage to hit me, I take little to no damage. Now, obviously, we can build this out from here even more. There are a ton of different things that we can add to this build to make it just absolutely insane and become literally unkillable, but at this point, you're basically a demigod at level 5 before you even leave Act 1. Hardly anything is going to be able to hit you on a regular basis, and things that are able to hit you are going to do little to no damage. Then if you do take damage, once it's your turn and you get to attack, you are going to gain 6 HP back. Now, I stopped at level 5 just to show you how broken this setup was with just these few things. However, if I had continued to level, we would get our second attack, which means we would gain 12 HP back every turn. And in most cases, especially if you are using an entire party, you are not going to take 12 damage in a single turn. So that means that you're basically never going to take any damage. On top of that, there are ways to get temporary hit points so that your temporary hit points would be the only thing that ever takes damage, and you can refresh those every turn. There's a ton of different ways this build can go from this absolutely broken base setup. All right, and that is all I have for you for this one. Hopefully you found this video helpful and informational. If you did, please consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other Baldur's Gate 3 videos. And if you're looking for some more Baldur's Gate 3 content, you can find a link to another one of my videos on the screen right now. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to all of my channel supporters for helping to keep these videos sponsor free. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to become an official channel supporter, check out the links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.